damn menace!
Continue to respond, Ken.
God damn maniac!
And at the next junction, you shut the trap.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
No wonder he killed someone, driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away!
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
And we're live. Welcome, friends. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the to part 7 of the LA Noire Live Commentary. Hold on a second. I need to edit the title of this video. I reused the settings from the last LA Noire video, and it had a Christmas reference in there. So we got to get rid of that. What's that about? How is everyone? How are you? Daisy's here, our co-host and channel dog. She is tired and clean. She's a clean bird. She just had her shower. So I don't know how long she'll last. But she's here with us now. So this is, I believe, the second to last cancellation that we have on in the homicide department. It has nothing to do with the overriding story arc.
Of course we will look into it.
And it's kind of sad. It's the most sordid of the cases. The silk stocking cancellation.
Now is not the time to lose your nerve.
Let's look it up
It would appear that someone has
in
left a
LA Noire
rose gold
Wiki
wedding ring
and see what
matching
kind
the
of
age the ring.
trivia we can talk about.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line.
Actually, this is the studio secretary, not the silk stocking. Did we get the title right? Yes, we did. Then next after that is a quarter moon.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring.
It's good to be back.
The Emperor may
It's good to
soon
be
have
back
to come to
with
terms
Cole.
with the fact that he's
It's good to
wearing
be
no
driving
clothes.
again.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass? Is that what you're
The
looking
case
at?
is loosely based on the real-life 1947 cancellation. There's so many pop-ups in this darn website. I hate it. Of Evelyn Winters. For information about the real case and the scene as it appears today, see, okay, never mind. One of the suspects in this case, James Tiernan, is loosely based on the real-life James Tiernan, who did work at a bowling alley and was charged with the cancellation of Evelyn Winters. Both witnesses at the cancellation scene, Nelson Gaines and John Jameson, are loosely based on railroad worker George Wycliffe, who both found Winters' body and confessed to having kissed it. Yeah, that's the that's going to happen in this one as well. They'll talk about it, they don't show it. And that's what he confessed to. He might have done a lot more than that. I mean, he was caught. I was just kissing her. This is the first case in which you can see the Black Dahlia canceller's face in the opening cutscene, which we did not see when he cancels his victim, though it is darkened by the shadow of his hat. During the conversation at the Central Police Station with James Donnelly, Captain Donnelly, Ray Pinker, and Malcolm Carruthers, Malcolm is visibly upset about something. When Phelps asks what is wrong, Carruthers mentions that he just had to fire one of his assistants because he was a friend of John Ferdinand Jameson, implying the assistant may also have been a necrophiliac. Interesting how you can't say the word that rhymes with birder, but you can say necrophiliac during a live stream. And Serena's here. Hi, Serena. I would tell everyone to say hi to you, Serena, but I'm afraid it's just you and me, my friend. But I appreciate you being here. I'll bring Sadie back. She was having a drink of water. Landgator's here. Ian says, wish I could watch your stream, my friend, but playoff football is on. LOL. I understand that, Ian, and I appreciate you checking in. Thank you, friend.
Phelps.
You have a great weekend, and I don't know which team you are supporting, but rest assured that that is the team that me and Sadie support as well. Peter Walsdorf says, hello, everyone. Greetings, Peter. Appreciate you, friend. Thanks for being here. And Serena says, hi, Peter.
How can I help you boys?
When Phelps and Galloway, I'm just reading the trivia from this case, from the wiki, are talking about the Mueller case. Galloway refers to Hugo Mueller as our guy, implying that Mueller was charged with the murder of his wife during the event of the Golden Butterfly. Oh, sorry, algorithm. However, he also says that Mueller was identified by the school's groundkeeper, something that is never shown to happen. There are two possible interpretations of this. Either Mueller's arrest is canon, and thus so is the resulting 3-star rating, or Galloway was supposed to be talking about Eli Rooney, who was identified by the groundskeeper, and that a mistake occurred at some point during the production of the game. I would vote for the latter, a mistake.
Thanks for the tip.
Serena says, I love this game. The driving is not good, LOL. I remember when I played and drove, LOL. The driving is excellent in this game,
Does this mark mean
Serena.
anything?
It's a lot of fun.
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
There are several logical problems with the evidence in this case. According to Tiernan, Evelyn stole McCaffrey's book on the evening of her death, but if, as Robbins testified, she had not returned to Levine's Liquors since that morning, how did the book get there? The only possible explanation is that she sneaked it in to place it there. Miko Herptile says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie Mont, and everyone. Just passing by, gotta go to a family celebration. Have a good stream and happy weekend, y'all. Happy weekend to you, Miko, and enjoy your family celebration. It's good to be around family. I hope you get to eat a lot. Serena says, LOL, maybe it's me driving in the game. Ha ha ha. Serena, everything I learned about driving, I learned from you.
I get the point.
What's that about? As part of the overarching Black Dahlia subthread, Garrett Mason planted the cancellation weapon and letter, but both Tiernan and McCaffrey admit that the lug wrench and letter were in McCaffrey's apartment. Possible explanation is that McCaffrey generally thought Tiernan had brought in the condemning evidence. Tiernan could have also believed in his guilt and actions
Miss
while
Shelley wrote the
inebriated
poem that came with the
deep
Dahlia
down
letter.
inside.
The Dahlia letters are genuine, and the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
Oh, that's interesting. The ring you retrieved from the pawnbroker, where we just were, was originally bought in Hartfield's jewelry store, where you arrested Edgar Kalou in the case Buyer Beware. I like the symmetry there.
Slow and steady, come on.
There's some train speculation, or train trivia. I like that. Because I don't really talk about, I mean, I assume the trains in this game and in our game, Red Dead Redemption 2, are really accurate, but I don't know enough about trains to be able to discuss it with any veracity or informative structure. Serena says, I had to rescue Micah in jail. Finally, had no choice. Well, it's a good mission. And Serena says, I remember my crash videos that did very well with viewers. Yes, you should do some more, Serena. Okay, train trivia. We're going to the train yard right now, I think. Present in the rail yard are several locomotives. The one nearest the body is roughly patterned after a General Electric 44-ton switching locomotive, while further away is a long hooded type with a cab at one end. This locomotive had a trolley pole located on the front of it. This pole did not deliver power to the engine, but was used to activate signals when the train traveled down street tracks. Pacific Electric was unique among railroads for having this feature. However, the pole is facing the wrong way. What's that about? Yeah, see, there's people that know trains.
Chain of command. If we survive this, it's going to be a miracle.
And some of them play this game.
Chain of command, Phelps.
Here we go. The witness was caught molesting the body. She fortunately is clothed.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
For once.
I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
Miko says, hey, Serena, Ian,
Nelson
Peter.
Gaines
Thank you,
called today.
Super Antonio.
I
Bye
came
for
down
now.
here to
Yeah.
make sure him and the
Great
other
to see you,
guy,
Miko.
Jameson's
Thanks for
stuff
checking in. Appreciate you, friend.
Jameson found the body.
Something like that.
I'm dressing up for the streams now.
Talk to the coroner.
You may think that this outfit was the same as yesterday's or last night's, and it is not. The tie is different.
Homicide.
This one is skinnier and is satin. The other one had a matte finish and was slightly wider. I do prefer the skinnier ones with the satin finish. And I saw a red one on Amazon that I need to get for the next stream because I like the idea of Agent 47.
Thank you.
It's this outfit but with a red tie. And you can't really see, but I have a gold tie clip and a gold watch. You really need tie clips with skinny ties. They don't, they won't stay together. Serena says, looking good, Antonio. You're looking good, Serena.
No writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions.
Let's see. Moving on with the trivia. If Tiernan is charged, Donnelly will say, I'm going to assume that you both have very good excuses for what happened in my station today. You had a perfectly good candidate for a capital case and somehow managed to choose a weak-willed sob sister while the murderous Red walked scot-free. I'm having doubts about what you are prepared to do to make a case, Phelps. If ever there was a time for manufacturing evidence or extracting a confession, this was it. Now get out of my sight. Run down some pickpockets and fruit flies and leave the real work for men of substance.
Another missing ring.
Fortunately, we did not charge Tiernan.
Swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
Oh, this is interesting. At Mench's bar, Grosvenor McCaffrey is reading a book from the future, the softcover version of the original illustrated Sherlock Holmes from 2001. They should have caught that. And during the cutscene with the pawnbroker, which we just saw, he mentions that the man who sold the rings left an address to London, Tulsa County. In this interaction, he mispronounces the name of the county. In the scene, he says, oh, it's Tulare County. Tulare County. And the scene he says Tulare phonetically as Tool Air, when the name is actually pronounced as Tulare.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
The Keystone Film
That's gonna be
Company.
difficult, Cole.
And Serena says, Antonio, I just started playing GTA 1, the definitive edition. I will upload. It's so different, that game. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a playthrough of that game. Serena, I'm looking forward to it. I just heard somewhere that GTA 6 will be over $100. Not sure what that is in Australian
This is a chit
dollary
for personal
dues,
items, not booze.
but it's expensive. It's going to be, I don't know. I think it's the first triple-digit video game. I don't think I've ever spent that much on a video game. Well, no, I bought the Ultimate Edition of this one, of Red Dead Redemption 2 on sale. On a Black Friday sale. I can't remember. It wasn't more than $50, I don't think. Serena says, thank you, Antonio. Serena, thank you. I should be thanking you, my dear. I appreciate you staying with the channel for so long since we started. And I hope it's still interesting and fun for you. It is still interesting and fun for me. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. Greetings, Cloudy. Appreciate you being here, friend.
Phelps, LAPD
Now, this
homicide.
young gentleman needs a tune-up.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your
And Mama One is here. Everyone say hello to Mama One. Serena says probably be expensive. I'm definitely will buy it. Depends how much GTA 6 is. Yeah, I think it's going to be $100. And Papa One is here as well. It says, hey everyone.
It's not against the law.
Yeah, that's one time I agree with Finbar tuning up a suspect. You can't go molesting dead women.
Classic Carmine.
And Serena says, you're welcome. I'm always here. I will never leave. I'm going to hold you to that, Serena, because I couldn't do it without you. Cloudy says, Rockstar Games and Take-Two said GTA 6 would be $70 in an interview. Yeah, Cloudy, I heard that, but now I hear it's going to be over $100.
Went through her purse.
That's the new rumor.
Took a look.
Which I would believe just because of inflation.
Did you take any money?
Serena says, hi, Mama, and hi, Papa One, and hi, Cloudy.
Over on the mat. Not much else.
You found the body.
Sadie had a bath. She
Yes, I
wasn't
did.
as dirty as she has been
coming off
before.
shift.
She didn't leave a ring. And
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury?
but
What
when she
gives?
leaves a ring, she's always very proud
I
of
could
it.
tell that she was dead. I came through here about
But now she
midnight
smells
last
all
night.
clean.
She wasn't here then.
And she's soft and very
You're under arrest,
tired.
Jameson.
It's very
See how this
tiring
plays out.
taking a
Until
bath,
then, you can
I
think about
suppose.
how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's
Mama
not
One
illegal.
says, hey,
Me
Serena,
some
and
friends
hey,
of mine
Cloudy.
just-
Mama One, what's for dinner? I mean, I've been gone for so long, I've forgotten to ask. I had pad thai today, Thai food. I don't know if you've had that or if you get that. If you have a Thai restaurant in your neck of New Austin. You're not New Austin. Let's see, where would you be? In your neck of roads. Cloudy says, hi, Serena,
Cole
Mama
Phelps,
One, and
badge
Papa One.
1247.
Serena says, I can't wait for
need an
GTA 6. I
address
think I'll
on
be
Levine's
scared. I
Liquor,
saw an alligator in a
closest store to
video,
South Avenue,
LOL.
rail
We
yard
see
crossing.
alligators all the time in the swamp. You'll be fine.
Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Papa One says, I'd rather be in New Hanover, LOL. Good horse country, New Hanover. I know what you mean.
Read that those goddamn Chinese
Can't really
want
run
some
over
of the
those
beef food that We're
bushes.
sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
But as far as the driving physics in the game, I think they're tip-top.
Really?
They're just as good as Grand Theft Auto.
Armies can't fight.
Serena says, I know, Antonio, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I can't wait. Trying to be busy playing games before GTA 6 comes out.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew.
And Mama One says, we had rabbit stew with carrots, onions, potatoes, and cornbread. I made rice as well. And then some fresh homemade cookies. That sounds delicious, Mama One. And Serena says, I would love it. Another LA Noire game. Yeah, me too, but I don't think it'll ever come. In poor California, it's all burned down now. All of this is gone. Not really, but, you know, like whole cities were pretty much leveled by the wildfires. I don't know if you saw any footage of that. It was horrifying. It was apocalyptic. And, you know, I don't care which side of the political aisle you're on. You know, it's always sad when someone loses their home. And I know, you know, there were a lot of millionaires there and celebrities who have second homes and are going to be fine. But still, you know, it's losing all your stuff. Escaping with the clothes on your back and your phone and hopefully your dog and your car.
Jesus, Phelps!
That's horrible.
You've helped quite enough.
Mama One says, we are throwing a crew reunion Monday. We decided the crew needed to reunite and celebrate. Well, that's your extended family, Mama One. I can understand that. And Serena says, yes, I heard and saw. I was very sad to see that. Yeah, it was crazy. And so much mismanagement too of the city. Like the fire hydrants, there was no water in the fire hydrants, or they couldn't pump it properly. The mayor was in Africa. Yeah, it was bad. Serena says lots of memories losing their homes. Yeah. And there's a problem with the insurance. The insurance companies wouldn't insure for fire or something. I don't know. But yeah, Pacific Coast Highway, which is in LA, which is in GTA 6, like sections of Pacific Coast Highway are just ash now. And you can drive down Pacific Coast Highway, PCH, in GTA 5. Might be able to drive down it in this game. Never tried. But yeah, it's ash. It's just the devastation. It's going to take years. It's going to take at least a decade to recover, if it ever does.
What do you mean?
Witnesses say they bounced in, aced the guard.
Papa One says, yeah, the crew has slowly retired over the years, but we have a few still around. The new farmhands are considered the newest additions to the family, so we figured we would let them experience an old-fashioned party like we used to. Yeah, it's great. We're making memories for them and traditions.
Come on, make a push for the building.
We're going to fail this mission. Spoiler alert. But I didn't actually mean to, we kind of drove into it. It's like when we ride by Mary in chapter 4. Arthur! It was one of those situations. Couldn't avoid it. We drove right into the cutscene. 12 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Saturday.
Move forward, go!
Stay down.
This is what banks used to look like Greek or Roman temples. Temples to money. It also reminds me of the opening scene of, I think, The Dark Knight, the bank in The Dark Knight. It was one of those old school, architecturally Gotham Just beautiful architecture. Cola King. Wish we could order a Cola King.
Cole, come on!
Pardon me, sir. LA Noire. LAPD. We have a permit. Where Sadie wants to go.
Cole!
It's time for bed, she keeps saying. Serena, what did you have for your afternoon tea? Did you have ham sammies again? Ham and cheese?
What can I do for
Papa
you?
One says that crash was actual footage of my wife driving. Yes, it was, Papa One. It was a collaboration.
She's dead?
Mama One says, I remember those types of banks. Miss that style. Yeah,
Yes, I
me
knew
too.
Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
And Serena says, LOL, Papa One, really?
Sure. Come this way.
Yeah, architecture now, they call it, the genre is called brutalist. It's very brutal, and it is, you know, it's just plain and,
He's joking,
and,
Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her.
functional.
An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out.
This is very sad. This is where
We'll take a look
the
around.
cancellation victim was living, just, you know, in the back of a,
She
in the
wasn't
back,
always
in
such
the
a
back
leader.
storeroom of a liquor store with like a curtain as walls on the floor. Here's all her junk.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle.
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing.
Mama One says he's sleeping in the barn tonight. Yeah, but Mama One, he probably
She was
likes
borrowing
that.
Books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
That's probably a vacation for him. And Serena says, I had ham and cheese and salad on the side, trying to eat healthy. I have to. Oh, that sounds perfect, Serena. I would probably put the salad inside the ham and cheese. Because I would like the combo.
Guessing Evelyn
Instead
had
of just
a
trying to eat
job
them like
for quite some
piece
time
of salad,
before
bite a
she-
sandwich, just put it all together. And Serena says, LOL, Mama, once sleeping in the barn. Yeah, with the dogs and the horses.
Rawlings
That's
bowling.
kind of fun.
Maybe Evelyn did something.
Mama one says, do Australians have tea time? I thought it was a British thing. Well, yeah, but they're a British colony, Mama one.
A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
And, yeah, they have tea.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
More so than Canada, I think.
She worked in legal copyrights.
And Serena asks, what do you mean by tea time, Mama one? Yeah, tea is like tea time. That's kind of just like, that's, you know, that's sort of, I guess it would be second breakfast.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's
I don't think
movements
there's an
yesterday.
American equivalent to
Came by
tea
in the
time.
morning.
A social
I
visit
mean,
to pick
there's
up some of her
nothing
things?
official.
She had a couple
You know,
of
an
bucks,
early
bought
lunch,
a quart of rye.
maybe. Let's see.
Any idea where
What
the
is
money
tea
came
time
from?
to? Tea
Didn't mention it.
time.
But she
is
did
when?
say the booze was a present for a boy.
Afternoon
She
tea.
said
It's
they had been
between 3 and
fighting
5
to
p.m.
Make it up to her.
Were you and
What's
Evelyn
served at
close,
tea
Mr.
time?
Robbins?
Tea, finger sandwiches
many
such
people
as
would be sad
cucumber
she's
or
gone?
egg and watercress, scones,
I'll be
cakes
honest
and
with you.
pastries such as Battenberg or Victoria sponge, and
I got the impression
macaroons.
that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me
There's
to have her
proper
sleep.
tea etiquette. Place
Mother was
your
trying to
napkin
get
on
her
your
back
lap,
on the
stir
straight
gently, avoid splashing tea, clinking
She's
cups
settled
and
down.
spoons, and finger licking.
To be
Yeah.
honest, you have to have a good reason.
In a traditional setting, all dishes are presented at the same time. Eat the savory dishes,
Do you know a friend of
Before the
Evelyn's by
sweet.
the name of McCaffrey?
Not
and it
personally.
originated in the early 1800s. Afternoon tea
We're
was a
struggling
way to
for
bridge
leads,
the gap
Robbins.
between light
Did she
lunches
know McCaffrey?
and late dinners.
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance.
Papa one says the
Yeah,
barn is my
society.
original man cave. LOL. Yeah, I can see that.
See how it would appeal to down-and-outs
Absolutely.
like Evelyn.
Mom once says, I always heard it referred that way, Serena. And Serena says, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As far as I know, we do have afternoon tea here. I have sometimes a cake and a cup of tea or biscuits. I want cake. I want cake and biscuits.
I'll be trying to reach the next
Cookie.
Thanks.
Well, you know, in America, we just call biscuits cookies.
Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
In French, a cookie is a petit gâteau, which is a little cake. Little hard, crunchy cake. Sadie moved to her crate. She's had enough of the live stream. It's not and we're live for her. It's and we're asleep. It's funny. I've been binging This Old House episodes. It's so much fun. If you've ever remodeled a house and you just know what a nightmare that is, it's just fun to watch other people do it. Other people with infinite budgets and someone else taking care of infinite project managers and getting the best of everything. It's just fun to watch. Plus, they're beautiful houses. But anyways, in the middle of watching my This Old House marathon last night, I decided I wanted to watch Paranormal Activity, which is, another house, modern house. I believe it's filmed in San Diego. So I watched, I think, 3/4 of it, and it was getting late, and I needed to go to sleep, and I didn't want to finish it because, I've seen it so many times, but it's still scary, and I didn't want to have nightmares. But I think I'll finish it tonight. I have all of them on Blu-ray. I think the first 4 or 5.
We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Medge. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
Okay, let's see this guy who's reading a book from the future.
Here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just
Got my coffee tonight. That's the other. I'm dressing up more, and I've switched to coffee.
She had that kind of stunk about her.
I feel personally that I'm more articulate, and I can talk. I talk more with a little bit of a caffeine high.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Okay, do you mind
McCaffrey?
passing your book over, Mr. McCaffrey? And yeah, there it is. Oh, I recognize that cover.
Strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
It's funny. I had that book. It's a lot thicker than that, and yes, it is from 2000. It's like it is.
It was more like I was.
It is a modern book. That's funny.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr.
But the illustration is it's the original illustration of Sherlock Holmes by a gentleman named Sidney Paget.
Save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
It's amazing the things that I know that stick in my brain. But I used to fancy myself a Sherlock Holmes scholar. I loved Sherlock Holmes. He was probably one of my first favorite literary characters as a young lad.
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes and Willy Wonka.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
Then I moved on to Ian Fleming, James Bond, and Stephen King. Then it was all over when I discovered Stephen King.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it.
And I have my ice water as well. Coffee and water. What'd you have for dinner, Super Antonio? Coffee and water.
I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
It's a boxing bar. I like how all the bars are themed. Must have been a thing they did in the 50s. Because we went to a bar that had like a tiki bar theme in this game, and there was another one that was like kind of a horse racing.
11
Got
King.
pictures of horses on the walls. Pardon me,
King,
sir.
you're out.
He's fine. Look,
Must not
he jumped
get
out of the
bad
way.
rating, Phelps.
We got good reflexes in LA Noire. Serena says, I used to get confused in this game when you have to click. I'm not sure if I clicked the right ones. LOL. Doesn't matter. You just play the game the way you want to. Serena says, when Cole asks questions. Yeah, they're puzzles.
Calm down.
You know how dangerous.
You have to pay attention. Also, to the, you have to pay attention to what they say and also their body language. But you know they're NPCs, so you can't really pay attention to their body language. Pardon me, sir. Rawlings Bowling. Oh, I think we got a chase coming up. Never really been into bowling. Serena says, Cole makes me laugh.
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This cute old lady
We're conducting an
in her bowling
investigation,
uniform.
ma'am. Do you know the name
Handing out
Evelyn
shoes, I
Summers?
guess. Big Lebowski, one of my favorite movies, is a bowling movie. That's probably the only bowling movie I know about.
Jimmy?
James Tierney. He's a
But
pin
yeah,
setter.
it's never been
One day
an activity. I think I've bowled
a lady after work.
like twice in my life. There was like a bowling themed birthday party I went to once.
For him.
Where can we find Jimmy Florence?
He'll be hopping
Mom
around
once says,
the
thank
lanes.
God you didn't have to have insurance in those days. Cole would have been in
go
debt.
get him.
The city's paying for it, Mama One. It would be fun if you could bowl in this game. Just like a side, you know, like you can play poker in blackjack.
Tiernan, LAPD.
Or you can play horseshoes in Red Dead 1. You can go bowling.
There.
Papa once says boxing was really popular in those days in Texas, where I grew up. You could go and enter bare knuckle boxing matches at those types of bars. Wow.
The extra weight.
Like Charles
These are
in
flashy
the
cars to be
epilogue.
parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract the fast.
Mom once says, no wonder California had high taxes. The LAPD is to blame. Yeah.
To feel virile.
Oh, and that's another thing. They like cut the
Another
fire department's budget by like
Why do they
17
always
million.
run? I'm sure we've got the
Like
wrong
just
person
by a
in more
huge
than one of
amount.
these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not
And also,
airtight by any means.
they gave a bunch of money to Ukraine. He like donated a bunch of fire equipment to Ukraine.
If this isn't the killer, we
I
can
don't
at least
understand
get him for
why
reckless endangerment.
That's
a
unless he
state
runs into a wall and
needs
saves us all the
to
trouble.
donate stuff to a country.
Wish me luck.
Super irritating. Yeah, it was just it feels like it was completely mismanaged,
Come on, Phelps, you're losing that
and a
little
lot of
weasel.
people suffered. And I don't know what Cole's trying to do here. Oh, suspect escaped. Sorry. Let's try that again, shall we? And Papa One says, I wish Red Dead 2 had bare knuckle boxing for Arthur. You know, Witcher 3 has bare knuckle boxing for Geralt. That's one of the side things you can do.
Tiernan, LAPD.
I would say Witcher 3 slightly edges out Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of world building. I mean, it's a slightly bigger world. There's more things to do. The crafting definitely is miles above what the Trapper has for us.
What are you waiting
But,
for? Get after him.
We might go faster
the
if we weren't
graphics
carrying the
are
extra
better
weight.
in Red Dead Redemption 2,
These
just
are flashy cars to be parked
because, you
outside
know,
a bowling alley.
it's a more
Lanes
advanced
attract
game.
a fast-living individual with money to burn.
And
Or a
story-wise,
middle-aged
I think they're
individual
both
with the need to
comparable,
feel virile.
but you can't really compare them.
Keep it
It's a Western and a fantasy.
tires.
Papa One says, no offense to any city people, but I don't mind going to a city for a few days. Depends on the city, but I could not live there. I feel like Arthur does when Hosea mentions going to NYC. I can't imagine anything worse than that.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means, fellas.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. I love it. It's I mean, there's just constant activity.
That's unless he runs into
There's a
wall and
background
saves us all
noise
the
that's
trouble.
always there. Like my sister lives out in the suburbs, and anytime I go to visit her, it's so darn quiet. And it's so unpopulated, I suppose. It's like, you know, I'm used to seeing people everywhere I go.
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't
Yeah.
kill us, I'm okay with it.
But yeah, some cities are
God, this kid's
turning
crazy.
into Night of the Living Dead. In America, at least.
I'll try to shoot. That is the end of that.
So it's not the same. But usually, you know, it's like I mean, it used to be a hub of just culture and art and activity. But that's sort of degenerated now that, you know, the internet is the new hub. You know, websites like Twitter and TikTok, of course, and YouTube. So we're connected in different ways. But, you know, let's put it this way. It was easier living in a city, at least in the past, was a way to connect with people. Form a lot of connections on very superficial levels. Whereas I imagine living in the country, you form connections with less people, but on more substantive levels. And the internet changed everything, of course. Mama one says, if we can't see stars and shooty bang things from our porch, we don't want to live there. Truer words were never spoken. Yeah, I can't see stars from where I am. But that's okay. I mean, it's always worked for me. Let's just put it that way.
Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it.
That will be all.
And back to headquarters, back to HQ. We have one more case after this in homicide, and then we are promoted to vice. And you would think that homicide is like the big deal. It's like homicide should have more significance than vice, than like drugs and prostitution and everything. But I guess there was more money in vice, and more. It got more press.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases.
Captain Donnelly is down
I
here.
don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just like
Mom one says several small towns near our farm.
I've been banging this
Everyone knows everyone.
But the notes.
Our favorite has a Western General Store to buy groceries, fresh meat, and live animals like rabbits and ducks and others. Also fresh game and tobacco and some clothes.
Technically, you're right, Rusty.
A
She didn't have
general
any
store.
lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure.
Yeah, I do most of my shopping on Amazon now. It's just more convenient.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy...
Let's call Miss Sadie back.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been.
There you go.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case. But it's
Say
up
hi
you
to the
decide
chat.
how to proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now.
Tell everyone to like and subscribe. Here you can listen to her crunch. Tell everyone to like and subscribe, and to suggest what we should be playing next.
Back to the Summers case.
Papa One says, love the small towns, the ones around us or near us. Our favorite general store also has a horse parking lot with water bowls and hay for them to eat. Me and the owner built that all the way back in 1988. And Serena says, hi, Sadie. Good to see you, beautiful girl. Yeah, she's very affectionate these days. I don't know what that's about.
Operator, give me R&I.
Cloudy says, Papa One, it sounds like you live near Armadillo.
Phelps, 1247.
Yeah, he kind of does, Cloudy.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor...
Actually, no, Armadillo is, that's more like Texas, New Austin. And he lives near Rhodes.
126 Yale Street between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks for your help.
I do like this car, and it regenerated. It has pep. Can't keep any suspects in the back.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Okay, let's go to Grosvenor's apartment. Hey, sit. Sit.
Son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Stay. She doesn't want to stay. She's done with the stream. I might have to hold on to her. Serena says, beautiful car. Do you remember this car, Serena? Mama One says, that's what the trunk is for. In season 1 of Dexter, you know, which is all about the icebox canceller, he puts Deb in the trunk of a car with a DB, with the driver, and Deb freaks out.
I get the point.
It's kind of sad. Poor Deb. But Dexter always says that Deb, like, she covers her sensitivity in her heart with, like, her profanity and acting all tough. And you can really see the vulnerability, you know, when she's been kidnapped by the icebox canceller.
McCaffrey's
Jennifer Carpenter. I like her. Her career hasn't really gone anywhere. She was in a really cool zombie movie called Quarantine. But I don't know what she's really done lately. I hope she's still working. I don't even know what she looks like now. Jennifer Carpenter. Yeah, she got a nose job and yeah, and she was also in The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and I don't like her post nose job, but that was from 2005. She was in Dexter New Blood, which I don't plan to see.
There's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
She played Sonya in Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat film Scorpion's Revenge. That means she had, like, martial arts training. I want to see that. It was direct to video.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Oh no, it's a voice. So it was a cartoon. And it looks like we're crashing, and I apologize, friends. Looks like she's just doing voice work now. And she had a kid in 2015. Well, that's good, I guess.
At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
She's from Louisville. Papa One says, Cloudy, it's a wonderful place to be. We used to be active in the small town. Many of them were also farmers back in the day. One of the main hardware stores used to sell my saddles.
He said he was
And they sell them from time to time. But when I had a stroke, which paralyzed my arm, I can't craft enough to make a consistent product.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to
The
get
hairstyles for women in this game are really severe. I mean, it's all pulled back like a bun and then just like
How do we get up there?
hair sprayed into submission, just lacquered.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up.
Men all wear hats.
A citation, at least.
Okay, let's get up there. Gonna have to chase this Joker too.
Running on a hangover,
Pop One says, I'm currently working on 4 different custom saddles and stirrups. Excited for Monday as we are getting in several thoroughbreds and a gorgeous black Arabian named Dark Fire. I'm also getting, for me, that's a great name, Dark Fire. Go get him, Cole. Papa One continues, a beautiful American quarter horse that will replace Racer as my everyday horse. Racer will be going home with the guy I bought those horses from. Let's try that again, shall we? See all those hills in the background? That's what caught on fire.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Okay, up the stairs. Jump the fence.
You a runner, McCaffrey?
Here we go.
Stay and fight the good fight.
We should be able to get him this time. We got close enough, I think we can press circle. Or shoot him, maybe.
Give it up, LAPD.
Yeah, we get him. We got him. Well, maybe we don't. It's exciting. There. Tap X to tackle. Cutscene. Thank you. You're under arrest on suspicion of cancellation of Evelyn Summers. Mom One says we got a deal on Thoroughbred and we are making decent money off Racer. It's good to know.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey.
Let's get downtown.
Turn and set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together and
Mama One continues, I'm sad to see him go, but Papa One and him aren't bonded, lol. And I already have my Arabian Nelly and Arthur the baby Arabian. I'm getting ready to for one of our Appaloosas to give birth. Horses, yeah, I think we need to get back into the Red Dead gameplay. Finish the Bad Honor commentary. We might double up on Red Dead live streams. Maybe do something on Sunday. Not this Sunday.
You sure you can make
regrettably.
it stick with one of these
Captain
suspects?
Donnelly.
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is.
Just to move things along.
All right.
I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself.
Got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want the confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
Captain Donnelly administrates justice with a heavy hand, but God is on his side. Mama One continues, we never used Appaloosas before, but I have fallen for them. Great workhorses and popular for beginners. Therapy and
See
reenactments.
Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
Appaloosa.
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Few spotted Appaloosa, probably the most popular Appaloosa in Red Dead Redemption 2.
McCaffrey gave you up,
For what
Tiernan.
it's worth.
He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then
Papa One says, I always wished they would have put American quarter horses in Red Dead Redemption 2. They are large horses that were started by crossbreeding thoroughbreds, Arabians, and Mustangs, plus various other
And there's
horses.
no one who can confirm this.
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Aristotle's Metaphysics. The book
You
that
could
belonged to
kind of
McCaffrey.
say that. You could argue that
Kathy started
Sadie is
looking at it once.
a quarter
Laughed in her
dog.
face.
She was crossbred
saying
with a bunch of
Evelyn
different
stole
dogs.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before.
One
I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of
inconsistency
labor
is
dispute.
those guys would have taken their hats
so
off
sure.
when they entered a building. They
Evelyn
wouldn't be
were
wearing
drinking
their
together
hats.
last night.
I mean, it's iconic and it's a look, but hats were for outside, and it was the height of bad manners to keep your
lying,
hat on indoors,
You've been fighting
especially
with
when dining.
And
I'm not lying. She got up and left. That was it.
There's a great scene in The Sopranos, which I kind of want to watch again, where Tony
she left, but
just
she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey.
goes
to make it
up to
you. She
goes
told
up
the
to
liquor
some
store
kid
owner.
when they're dining who's wearing a backwards baseball cap and says, "Take off your hat," and the kid says, "Mind your own business," and he just kind of gives him that Tony Soprano look and says, "Take off the hat."
McCaffrey was a hero. McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
And I don't know if the kid ever realizes who he is, but he backs down just from like the force of Tony Soprano's personality, and takes off the hat.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
And
No, I don't.
and then Tony sends over a bottle of wine or something.
Have access to a lug
But
wrench.
We use a
it was
lot
a
of
pretty good scene,
to clear
pretty
James from
funny.
pin setting machines.
Woke up this morning,
Report says that Evelyn was
got
killed with
myself a
wrench.
shooty bang.
I think you did it and then planted the evidence.
Papa
at
One says,
McCaffrey's
and Mustangs and
apartment across the
Appaloosas
pine."
were popular, especially when you could get them in the wild. Dutch warmbloods didn't exist until the 60s.
McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said, we put her out of
American
business.
quarter horses were the most popular horse during the Old West. Large and fast, they were considered top tier.
Evelyn was
Arabians
missing a
were
ring
used
from her
but
right
were
hand.
very expensive,
Strange.
and Turkmens weren't around by then.
Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key. present from the prop department at our old movie studio.
And Mom one agrees. You always took your hat off when you entered a place to eat. You also laid the hat down. You also laid the hat down upside down so the brim wouldn't get messed up. Yeah. They don't do any of that here, but they would have also done that in Arthur's time as well. But it's just more iconic.
You ready to answer some questions?
Part of the look.
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Serena says, I like how the suspects in this game say, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. Wasn't me. Something like that. Oh, well, yeah. Got it. You have to dig into it. Because everyone's innocent. Everyone's been set up.
You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence?
Of all the cancellation victims, I feel the worst, the most sorry for this one, for Evelyn. She had a very sad, sordid life.
I know nothing about a letter
and a
or
very
goddamn mother.
ignominious end.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
Papa One says the only exception for keeping your hat on was at a bar drinking. No one wanted to risk a drunk puking in their hat. Or some people would mistake hats for spittoons. That makes sense.
You think if I could be bothered to murder
Now there are no rules.
I would be stupid
I was thinking
enough to
about
leave
that
evidence in my apartment.
as I tried to dress more formally. That we have sacrificed
The evidence says that you
style
killed her.
and elegance for comfort. You know, sneakers are comfortable, sweats are comfortable, and what we've done is we've made sweats, we've made comfortable clothing fashionable. So we've got fancy sneakers, we've got, you know, like high-end sweats, yoga pants, you know, athleisure wear. I see so many, you know, like, you know, I'm really conscious of street fashion, and, you know, and a lot of guys are just wearing, you know, fancy sweats, basically. You know, expensive, way more expensive than I spend on clothes.
Speak to Tierney.
And that's odd to me. But that's the world now. I like when Dwight in Tulsa King tells I forget what his name is, tells his driver to say, wear a shirt with a collar. Yeah, I think I need, at least on the live streams, to start wearing shirts with collars.
Badge 1247.
Pop one says, I remember when ashtrays and even spittoons were everywhere. I personally never chewed tobacco, although I did occasionally still do chew on a cigar, usually Minute Makers or FX Smith. Yeah, I've never really been much of a smoker, personally. It's just a habit I never really picked up.
I'm telling you, it'll never see.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go? It's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
Finbar's standing behind him, ready to give the suspect a cloud on the head.
You're talking about?
Some incentive if he needs
I
to.
wasn't in that hotel room.
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
And PJs. I'd see both men and women in the morning
woke me up
walking their dogs in their PJs.
He showed me the lug wrench and
or you know, pajama bottoms, and it's like, yeah, you just rolled out of bed and now you're walking the dog.
he said I
But
came in with him last night.
I always try to, you know, I make an effort. I never go out
He said that I killed him.
unfinished. Let's put it
And
that
then it
way.
was all over the radio. And that he would
I mean, you
protect
are
me.
in public. You're not, you know, it's not like you're in your front yard
And I don't know, detective, for the
walking
life
your
of me,
dog.
I can't remember a goddamn
So
thing.
I have dog walking outfits.
I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it.
And I don't know, I appreciate it. I think Sadie appreciates it. Her dad's all dressed up when we walk out, and she doesn't have to dress up.
Wait here.
I did find some dog pearls, Mama One, again on Amazon, that I'm going to get for her so she can dress up for the streams as well. They look really cute. There's also, I've always liked them. They're cute. It's called Cuban Links.
Yes, I was.
And it's like this gold thick chain that you can, you know, you can buy. That they make into dog collars, but it's very
change things.
it looks great, but it's been that look has been co-opted by
You told us before that you had only
by
minor
the gangster community. You know, like those guys like to put them on their dogs and their their pit bulls and rap videos and stuff, and that's not the look I want for our Miss Sadie. Even though it looks great, but it just has too many connotations.
Into an assault charge.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was hold on a second. We had a technical.
Tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have
Jumped up and fell. This is her blankie.
Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it?
Come on, babe.
How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got
Good
what was
girl.
coming to her.
She's so tired she can't even get up anymore.
Grover McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers.
There.
She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Mom once says she will be even more adorable if that's possible. Add a bow in her hair and some lipstick, and she will go viral. Yeah, I had a picture of her. I put like I just kind of balanced a Christmas bow on her and took a picture for one. I think not last year. For like last year's Christmas, it was super cute. Mom once says I smoked for years and I quit when I got pregnant with my twins that I miscarried. It was a rough habit to kick, especially with my morning coffee. And Papa once says my adoptive granddaughter is a good little girl. She is high class. She's not a gangster, and she's a little girl. LOL. See the vehicle damage, Mama One, $7,000. City damage is only $1,000. Meritorious. That's about all I got for you tonight, friends. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to the mods. Miko and Sabrina and Mama One and Papa One. And Marco is still watching on the replays, which is really nice. Appreciate you, Marco. So yeah, and he's really good about he's very consistent about leaving a comment. So if you see Marco's comments, if you happen to rewatch this, you should say hi to him, because he misses all of us. Appreciate you, friends. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Claudia, it was great to see you. It's always great to talk to you, Mama One and Papa One. And Serena, of course, my dear. I'll keep the stream going for a little bit if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves. Happy Saturday, and enjoy the rest of your evening. See you soon, friends.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist. You're covered, Phelps. You're pretty brave for a dead man.
cover! Move!
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information. Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie? A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Officer needs assistance, 1825 North Highland Avenue, 1825 North Highland Avenue. Unit to handle code 2 identify.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town. Tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
It could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks. Is the cigarette case on there? It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
You look like you were a big pain in the neck. Now I have a much lower opinion of you.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed.